Hi, everyone. It's Rachel with Rachel Super Cute Creations, and quite a few of you have asked me, how do I get ready for a live sale? And I'm actually going to have a live sale at 5 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time. And I wanted to just kind of get on here. I'm getting ready anyway, so I decided I'll just turn on the camera because a lot of you are asking. So if you want to come on in and say hello, and I will probably do some giveaways. Um, and we'll just kind of get started. So if you are in here, please say hello. Let me know who's here. Um, looks like are we buffering a little bit? Not sure what's going on here. Okay, so as I said, quite a few of you have been asking me, how do you get ready for a live sale? You guys, I've not been on my YouTube channel in a while. I've been very ill. Hoping that I'm on the uphill swing of things right now, but I've really been sick, so I haven't been on my channel. I haven't really been adding new things to my Etsy store, but feeling better, so I'm hoping we're going to be able to do that. So the first thing that I do is kind of get all of the items that I'm ready to sell out. And I'm going to tell you, I typically get out more than what I need. The next thing I do is I will typically get some sticky notes ready. And I used to use whole sticky notes, and then I realized how wasteful it was. You could do a ledger. Just for me, I like to be able to put the super sticky notes on with their name because I kind of set everything in a pile. So I cut these about 1 inch roughly, and they don't have to be perfect. But I try to cut them around 1 inch, and then I just stack them on top of each other so that they're all ready. If you're coming in, please say hello over on the right-hand side. As I said before, I'm just kind of showing you how to get ready for a live. So many of my followers were just asking me, I haven't tried to do a live yet. I don't know what to do. I've watched a lot of lives, but how do I get ready for one? And so basically that's what I'm doing. Just showing you how to do that at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on my channel. I will be doing a live sale. So how do you advertise for a live sale? Well, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. First of all, if you belong to some groups, you can go ahead and go in there, and if it's allowable, please make sure it's allowable. Don't just start posting that you're having a live in groups if it's not allowable. So if it's allowable, you're going to go ahead and you're going to advertise on Facebook groups. Another way to advertise is the same way you would if you were going to go live, but there's an option to post. And so if you have followers and you want your followers to know that you're going to be going live, then what I do is I create a post and I try to give them, but I'll be honest with you, sometimes it's just kind of a pop-up live and I only have a day or two that I'm like, oh my gosh, I have some time here and I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, but I try to give people at least a week if possible so they can schedule it on their calendars. And so you can see I have quite a large stack of these. If you have other page tabs, you can use those. I just use these because they're cheap, they're reasonable, because I'm actually taking a 3x3 and I'm cutting them into 3 sections. So I take those, and I'm going to kind of bend my camera back. I apologize. I'm, of course, drinking my Pepsi Zero, and I've been painting some things, so I have some little paint cups. But this is the wall right here. So what I do is I kind of set those up here so that when I'm ready, they're there. All right. So the next thing I do is I start packaging the items that I want together. And so one of the things that I'm going to be selling today are these vintage playing cards. They are absolutely amazing. And they're from the 60s. And look at how cute these little images are. So, you have to divide up your kits however you want them and get them packaged together. So ideally, if somebody wants one of these, I'm going to write their name on it. And then I just take this and I stick it to the item. And then that item I set to the side in a big pile. And then eventually I sort those out. Be careful when you're doing a live sale to take your time to make sure that you're getting everybody's name correct and all of those things. If you're in here, please say hello on the right-hand side so I know who's in here. I see there's some people in here listening to me, and so I'd love to know who's in here. But be careful you don't get things mixed up. Use rubber bands, use packaging. If you don't have packaging yet and you're just starting out, that's fine too. But I like to package everything up because when someone gets an item, I feel like they want it to be like a gift, even if they purchased it from a live sale. So here is another kit that I'm going to be selling tonight. And so I just put all the items in a bag. I did not seal these down yet because I might add more things. I don't know. But here's a start of some of these little small kits. These are perfect for a vintage sewing journal or something like that. So, you want to kit those things up. You can see here I've got some of my vintage fabric pieces together. And I'm going to be selling vintage lace with vintage lace appliques that came from the 1900s. I was blessed to be able to get some of these appliques. So they're all packaged up nicely, waiting to go. Now, let's just say, so these are a different type of packaging. So I always sell my Kanta bags, and I do sell them in my store. But so, hi, Teresa, how are you? Thanks for joining. I'm just talking about how to prepare for a live. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. Going live in about an hour and a half, and I thought, well, people have been asking, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how. So these Kanta bags are something that I sell in my shop, but you can easily make a kit up. Which is what I did. So I'll be selling these kits tonight. So I basically made some boho kits with some appliques in them. Aren't these gorgeous, you guys? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be able to share these with all of you. And so I package them up. I try to make them look nice, gift-like, and we're getting close to the holidays. So I thought, what a great way to start preparing some things for those of us who want to give our other crafty friends a gift. And these are, hi, Amy, how are you? So that's just another way is just, make sure that you're packaging things up cute. And I package them up how I want them in my Etsy store. So if I don't sell them on my live, then I can just put them in my Etsy store and it's not a big deal. When I first started doing lives, I really didn't have any idea on how to package or how to do things or how to price or any of that stuff. So I've learned now that I just make the little things up so that they're what I would put in my store anyway. So if I don't sell them, it's not a big deal. But I do try to give people a deal on my lives because, as you know, if you're listing everything in your shop, for those of you that have shops, if you're listing every one of those things, you're paying a listing fee for that. You're also paying a fee when you sell it. And then now, Etsy gets you on your shipping too. So I'm able to give people a little bit of a price break if I do a live sale and I can bundle everything into one listing. You can use PayPal. I've used PayPal before rather than my Etsy. It all just depends on what you want to do. And, we can talk about any of those things that you guys are interested in. If there's something you want to know, I will definitely try to answer that question. And if I can't, hey, I'll find the answer for you. How do you handle shipping? Meaning, do you have your own postal scale? Great question, Amy. Let me show you what I use. So Um, okay, do you guys want to kind of, my table is a mess. But I can kind of show you because I've been packaging and shipping and getting ready for this live sale. I can kind of show you my show you my shipping table. Please don't mind my messy office. I'm in the process of doing a couple of things right now. So, okay, so if you don't mind, I'm going to kind of turn you over. Oops, sorry, I didn't you can see my hand. Okay. So, maybe I won't be able to show you. Okay, so over here, just tighten this up a little bit. I don't know if you, okay. So over here is my sort of shipping table, and I know it's kind of sideways. I don't have my phone, actually using my webcam today. So let me see if I can tighten this for a minute so I can go over here and kind of show you guys. Okay. So I've got all kinds of things I'm getting ready. But this is kind of where I ship over here. And you can't see it, but there's actually a little postal sheet that I keep, which is right here. So I'm going to come down. And so you have this postal paper. If you don't have one of these, I would recommend going to your, sorry guys, completely have you all dizzy now. Sorry. Okay. So I recommend that you go to your post office and you ask them for their U.S. postal document. And I am in Michigan, so this one is for Michigan. And here are all your postal rates. Then I just went to Walmart. I went to Walmart and I purchased just a food scale, a digital food scale. And how I do this is if I'm doing a live sale, I tell people it's the price plus whatever shipping is, but I will give you the cheapest price possible. So I kind of look, and like a medium flat rate box is $14.50. Okay. If a person buys a lot of stuff, that's the way to ship. And I will ship everything in there. And I usually will throw in some free gifts because I hate, as all of you probably do, having to pay over $10 for shipping. So that's just kind of my personal thing. But like, for example, I'm going to be selling these amazing books tonight. Look at these. These are hand marbled. These are from 1809. They're hand marbled books. And I'm going to be selling these in my Etsy shop, and I think people are going to love them. These are all leather. They're the Waverly novels, and I have quite a few. I was able to get them at an estate sale. So how do I measure? How do I weigh them? Okay, if it's just a book, I can send that book media mail. So if I go to my little sheet here, I'll come up, try to focus it for you. Okay, so if it's not over a pound with the box and everything, I can ship it for $2.75. Now, media mail, you guys, you have to be really careful with. It can only be a book or loose pages. Do not try to sneak in items because they will open them. And if they find that you have put something in that's not allowable, you will get in some serious trouble. So if I'm going to sneak a free gift in with something like this, I sneak something in that is paper based. Okay, what does that mean? I might do some vintage book pages or something like that because it still falls within media mail. But don't take and put some ribbon in there because that ribbon is not acceptable. And if they open this up, even if you just tie the ribbon on the book and they open it and it's not media mail, they will be shipping it back to you. You will be getting fined, and it's a huge issue. So the cool thing about media mail is that you can ship it in whatever you want. And so because this book is an 1800s book, I'm not going to ship it in a poly bag. I'm going to ship it in a box. So what I do is I go ahead, and I'm just going to use this box because it's the one I have closest to me. So I go ahead, I get my box, put my box together. Know my book's going to fit in there. So I get my book in here. I put all my packaging in, making sure, because I do not want this book to get damaged. Now, you cannot use a priority box to ship something that's not priority. However, I will tell you, people do it. Now, I would, that's totally up to you whether you want to do it, but you do have to cover it with paper, but you are not supposed to do that. So I want to be very clear about that. You can get other cardboard boxes. I save my Amazon boxes. I save all kinds of boxes, and I keep them for packaging. So this scale was $9 at Walmart. You can change your units. Make sure that your units are in ounces and pounds. So I know you can't probably see this, but here's my pounds and ounces right here. I make sure that it's tare at 0. Everything's in here. It's all packaged. Everything that I'm going to give is right in here. I take this and I put it on my scale. Okay. So this is, I know you can't see it, but it's 1 pound, 14.8 ounces. So basically we're going to say, and I always round up a little bit. Okay. So think about it. I don't have tape on here. I don't have any of those things. So then I'm going to go to my little handy dandy cheat sheet, and it's over 1 pound. So I know that if I'm going to ship this media mail, it's going to be $3.27. So that is the cost. Now, if this is not media mail, I'm going to go over here. Anything over 13 ounces is better to ship in a flat rate priority mail. Now, how can you get away with shipping things a little more reasonable without putting it in those boxes? I'm not sure if I have one up here. Let me look. I ship a lot of my items in the bubble mailers, which you can get for free. I'll show you. Here's one. Okay. So these right here, these bubble mailers, you guys, you can mail so much stuff in these. They're flat rate. They're $8.25. So if I can fit, I have mailed quilts in those. I have mailed, I mean, you could see if you wanted to, if this book wasn't so old and it was a newer book, and I was not able to, like the person had a book plus other stuff, you can see, I mean, I can put this book in here and look at how much more, let me see. Look at how much more room is in here. I mean, there's so much room. You could literally put, 2 books in here. Now, these flat rates, as long as you can seal them, as long as you can seal them, it doesn't matter how heavy they are or anything like that. So that is how I ship stuff. Now, this is an item that I received, okay, from someone else. I bought this item. I don't throw these away because what I do, right now I'm storing something in it, but if I need bubble wrap, I cut this, I recycle. Now, I'm not cutting a new one. I'm cutting one that I already have. If it has my address on it, like, because sometimes people will write with marker rather than putting a paper, I just take a black marker and I mark that off. And then I will wrap the item in the recycled bubble wrap. The inside is packaged nicely, but I have not had any complaints about packaging and using recycled materials. Most people know that you are, this is a handmade item, or you're making this item, and so they don't mind if you use recycled materials. Now, don't use dirty materials or anything like that. Okay, don't take and use dirty things. But if you want to recycle something, recycle it. I buy these poly mailers on eBay, and I only carry 2 sizes. Now, I will tell you, I would love to carry one more size larger, and I might in the future. But right now, I only carry 2 sizes because I don't want to have a lot of money in packaging, but I want you guys to be able to have nice packaging when I send it out. So let's say one of the things I'm going to be selling tonight is these vintage paper packs. And so let's say someone purchases one of these. Now, this can go media mail. This can go media mail, which is awesome. If they don't buy anything else but this, it's media mail. It's going to be under, let's see, I'm sure it's going to be under a pound, but I'm not good at estimating weight. Oh no, it's actually a little over a pound. So this could go with nothing else. If I look at my little mailer here, or my little cheat sheet, this could go for $3.27 if it's only this and nothing else. Okay. So how do I protect these papers? Because these papers are like this. What I will do is I will take, once again, some recycled cardboard, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab it. So I get a lot of priority items myself mailed to me because I order from a lot of people. So this is a recycled box that I tore down. I know you can't see because it's big. I tore it down and I just keep it flat. Usually what I do is I will just fold them in half, tear them apart, fold them in half, and just stack them. So I do this because I use this cardboard. So what I'm going to do, I apologize for all the noise, guys. I'm just trying to give you some awesome tips to help you. Okay, so here's my cardboard. And I don't need a big piece, but I want something that's going to kind of protect what it is that I'm shipping. So I will cut 2 pieces in this case. Oops. A little off track there, sorry. And because nothing's worse, as you all know, is to get something that's not packaged nicely. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces of scrap cardboard. I'm going to cut it. And normally I do this in a little safer manner, you guys. I do usually have a cutting mat and so please don't do this like I'm doing this right now, but I can't show you where I normally cut this. Okay, so what I'll do is I make sure, first of all, that my cardboard is going to fit in my poly mailer, and I'm going to be able to seal this over because it's important in case something gets wet or whatever that you can seal this up. So if I slide this all the way to the bottom, you can see I have a nice about 1/2 inch, and if I fold that and take my adhesive strip off, I am definitely leaving lots of room. Now, another tip I want to tell you guys, be careful about going right to the edge like this and gluing in and making sure this is adhesive down. Why? People can't open their package without ripping something. So leave a little bit of space so that they can get a pair of scissors in there. Those are some mistakes that I made when I first started. And I don't want you to make those mistakes. So I'm going to just trim just a smidge more off of here, just because I want to make sure that they have lots of room to get in here. So I apologize. Now I've moved from doing a live sale to packaging. How did that happen? I'm so sorry. Okay. So what I do then is I lay my item in here. I would put the invoice in here. I would put, you know, if I have a free gift, I would throw my free gift in there, a little thank you. Then I take my other piece and I would just put it right on top like this. I get some, ooh, that one broke. I get some rubber bands, which are cheap. I just get those at the dollar store. No, you're fine, Amy. Hey, I want to do what you guys want to hear. So if this is what you guys need for tips, let me know. And if you guys don't want to hear any more of it, just tell me to be quiet. So I just package it up like that so that it's, you know, if it gets something heavy on it or they, you know, gets thrown around, it's going to be secure. I throw it in this poly mailer. Get it in there. Okay, throw it in the poly mailer, peel off my adhesive strip, seal it, and I am ready to go. This is packaged and ready to be shipped out to you guys. So what size poly mailers do I recommend? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is you need to think about what it is you ship. Okay, so I can tell you the sizes that I have because I pretty much know what I ship. I have to have something that an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper can go into, which are these. I believe these are 9 by 11, but we're going to measure them here just to make sure. So these are, I'm sorry, these are 10 by 4, about, they're really like 10 by 12. Okay. This pretty much ships anything that I need. You know, you see there's a large stack of paper here. I ship paper. I ship journals. I ship paint kits. I ship, oh, I almost said a bad word. I ship things that are about this size. Now, I also ship smaller things. So like when I ship something like this, I don't need a big poly mailer. This pops in there. I'm able to get my invoice in and I can ship this cute little piece and it saves the person on shipping. So I believe these are 6 by 9, I think. 6 by, yep, these are 6 by 9. So I have these two. Now I would love, at some point I will purchase, I would love to have one, probably like 12 by maybe 16 would be another great size for me to have, but these are the two I ship with right here. And I'll tell you how I decided, because I was shipping with manila envelopes when I first started. I was buying them at the dollar store and, you know, I was buying them as cheap as I could. And then I was like, well, first of all, if they get wet, the stuff inside is ruined. And if I don't, you know, so that's why I went with the poly mailers. Do I ever ship 12 by 12 paper? I do, but I don't ship it very often because mostly what I do is, like I said, 8.5 by 11. So you can get poly mailers that are bigger and those will work. But if I'm shipping 12 by 12 paper, I'm typically shipping those in a flat rate box. Because I typically only send 12 by 12 paper if I'm doing large kits or I'm doing junk boxes or something like that. So, but you can get these poly bags bigger. In fact, I will pull up, see if I can pull up my poly bag seller. What are some other questions we have? Okay. So I hope that, hi Kathy, how are you? So I hope that helps you, Candy. I don't know. You guys, like I said, I was just trying to tell you how to start. How many of you have actually had a live sale? While I'm getting in here, how many of you have had a live sale? Just see me in the feed. And if you haven't, you know, just say, I haven't, but I want to. Payment through PayPal. Okay, you want to know about payment through PayPal. Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute. Give me just 1 second here. Oh, I just got a new phone, so I have to sign back into everything. I haven't, but I want to destash my room. Okay, so let's see here. Poly envelope mailers. Now, the cheapest place I've been able to find these, oops, and I can't spell. The cheapest place I've been able to find them is eBay. So that's why I get them on eBay. Let's see here. I don't buy the bubble wrap ones. You can, but I don't, for two reasons. One, they take up a lot of room. So you can't get as much stuff in them. And like I said, I recycle bubble wrap. So I just use that. I just use the recycled bubble wrap. Okay, I'm trying to find these poly mailers for you. Okay. Okay, if you want to ship 12 by 12 paper, I don't know if you guys can see this. These are the size you're going to want. You're going to want the 14.5 by 19. Now, 19 is going to be way too long, but you're just going to take and you're going to fold it to whatever the length is that you need it. You can get 100 of these for $14.99, which means they're 15 cents a piece. To me, that's really cheap packaging. So that is why I get these poly mailers. Just know, now this one, poly mailers, I mean, you can get them 24 by 24. These mailers come in all different sizes. The ones that I typically buy, here's the 10 by 13s, 100 of them for, oh, this one has shipping. I usually try to stick with the free shipping. So let me find one that's free shipping. Okay. Nope, I don't want that size. Okay. So this one is free shipping. And the more you order, the cheaper they're going to be. So these 6x9s, these 6x9s are $9.59 shipped to me for free. I can get them in 3 days, and it's less than 10 cents a mailer for me to ship. So that is why I use these. Now, I see people use all kinds. Like you can get colored ones, you can get patterned ones. I don't spend the extra money on those to do it. They're really cute. I've had people ship them to me like that. I love the colors, but I just can't bring myself to pay the extra money for them because people just throw them away. So, I mean, it's totally up to you. If you have something going on, you can do that. Okay, so there was a question about payment through PayPal. Okay, so first of all, you have to have a PayPal account. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can do PayPal. If you have a Square account, you can use your Square. Or, of course, if you have an Etsy account, you can do it through your Etsy. If you're using PayPal, and I'm sorry, I have to do my, okay. Okay, so I have to kind of put a sticky note over this because my customers are in here, so I don't want to give anybody's email or anything. So give me just 1 second. Okay. All right. So here's the PayPal account. Okay. You have to know their email or their telephone number that they use for PayPal. So you're going to click on that. And I'm going to do, I'm putting my email in, the one that I use with my store. So we'll pretend like we're making a bill for me. Okay. So this is my email to my store. So it'll say, do I want a request from Rachel Reed 2014 at yahoo.com? And the answer is yes. Here, you're going to put the amount that the person owes. You need to put what they owe you plus the shipping. Now, PayPal does charge you a fee. I don't add that fee on to other people's order. I just absorb that fee. So as you are pricing things, think about that. If you want to figure out your fee and go ahead and add that in. But I don't like people to have unexpected fees added. So that's just my personal piece. Now, you can do whatever you want. So let's say my order was $30 and it's going to be $3.90 to get it. So I'm going to type in $38.90. So that's the amount I'm requesting from this person. I'm going to click next. And here's where you can add a note. Now, you can do this on a computer. I a lot of times do it from my phone or my computer, whichever one. Here is something that you need to make sure you do. So I usually type something like, thank you for purchasing. And my business is super cute. So super cute items from my live sale. Please note the following items you have purchased. Okay. Oops. And so there, I don't know if you can see that. And then I put a colon. There is where I list the items they purchased. So purchased a junk journal kit, comma, buttons, comma, stamps. Okay. So I put that there. Sometimes I will put the amount, and I'm sorry that's blurry. Let me just wipe this for a minute. Sometimes I'll put the amount next to each one, but it just depends. Then I will click done. That note goes to the person. So what they're going to get is the bill plus whatever note you gave. Now, want to go back here. Here's the important part. I didn't do this when I first started doing live sales. Please make sure you send me your mailing address to ship this item. Now, most of the time in PayPal, when they pay, the address will be there. Sometimes it's not, or their PayPal's tied to something that's not where they want it shipped to. So I always put that little note there. I click done, and then I'm not going to do this, but then all I have to do is hit request now. When I hit request now, it immediately sends them an email. When I do that, I always go and send the person an email saying, I just sent your invoice and blah, 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 blah. They will pay you. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and show you what PayPal looks like. As people start paying you, you will get a balance in your PayPal account. Okay. Now, I haven't had a live sale. This is something my husband did a transaction, so that's why it's like this. But you want to make sure your PayPal is zeroed out, and then money will start coming in. When you look at that activity, I don't want to show you this person's name, but you'll see it'll say plus $60. It will have the person's name over here. Okay. You can use PayPal for whatever you want. You can use it for a lot of different things. So for example, sometimes when we do family events, my husband will say, just pay me through PayPal. You can also send money. If they will send it to you like a friend or a family member, you don't get charged a PayPal fee. I don't do that too often, but sometimes people will say, hey, I'll send it to you like a family member, and then you don't have to get the fee. And I'm like, that's great. Thank you so much. But I don't ask people to do that. Okay. Now, I'm thinking of just offering flat rate boxes, but I just stashed just because I'm going to sell pennies on the dollar, just get rid of the stuff. I would recommend if you want to get destashed, like I'm going to show you, like I'm going to have these huge, what I'm going to call junk boxes tonight. There is probably $50 to $100 worth of stuff in there. I don't sell them for very much, and I put them in a flat rate because they're heavy and they have a lot of stuff in them. Do you need their address and zip ahead of time to figure out their shipping? The answer to that is you at least probably need their zip code. Because I pretty much have this, I'm able to do it. And I've been shipping enough that I can kind of figure out how much it's going to be. I will tell you, every once in a while, I'll go to the post office and it'll be, 50 cents more than what I figured, and I just kind of eat that cost. But 90% of the time, if I figure this out right here, I'm pretty darn close. But yes, if you want to figure that out ahead of time, get their zip code, and that makes it easier for you. Oh, Marlis, I'm so glad you're gonna watch me. Yay. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we're about an hour out, and we're gonna start that live. Any other questions you guys have about setting up for a live? What was that chart? This chart, you need to get it from your post office. I highly recommend it. Go into your post office and ask them for the United States Postal Service rate chart for your area. You can see I'm from Midland, Michigan, and so each postal service has one of these. And you also need to make sure you have the effective date. So as of January of 2020, they are raising their rates again with the postal service, so I'll have to get another one. When I get one, sometimes they'll give me 2, and sometimes they're really stingy about it, but I always make another photocopy. I have 3 of these. So I have it on every wall in my packaging area, so wherever I am, I can check it. So like tonight when I'm doing my live, there's one right up in that front wall. So if someone is like, hey, how much do you think shipping will be? I'll give them a rough estimate, but I always tell them online, I can only give you a rough estimate. It will be about, and that's all I can tell them. I will not guarantee. Yeah, unfortunately, another rate increase. Now, another question that I've gotten is people want to know, in a live sale, does anybody ever flake on you? The answer is yes, they do. Not very often. I have probably done, oh my gosh, I don't even know, 25 to 30 live sales. And because when I do them, I sell things very, very reasonably. It's very frustrating when people don't get their item. You need to send them reminders. Sometimes people just forget. When I do my live sale, I always, in fact, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and do it so I can show you. I always have a piece of paper that has my email address, because I tell people you must send me an email right away after the live sale. And I do that because I also will put their link. I'll email them back and I'll put the link to their listing right in that email. So what I typically do now, I really should just not do it with a piece of paper. I should type something up and laminate it. I know, but I haven't done that yet. So what I do is I tell them, I always put my business name. And then I always put my email. I leave that here. And then what I also will do, I'll show you, is during the live sale, I will put it right in the feed numerous times throughout the night. I'll just keep putting that in there and putting that in there. So if they forget and they don't want to watch the whole thing, they can go back and they can find it in the feed. But they need to, oh no, Emma, you didn't get your notification? Well, I'm just talking about how to set up a live. But at 5 o'clock tonight, I'm going to have an amazing live sale, and Emma's one of my customers. She usually gets something, and Emma, I've got cool stuff tonight, really cool stuff. So it may be because I just haven't been on YouTube as much anymore. I've been really sick, and so I'm trying to get back on it. I've been buying stuff for you guys and collecting some amazing stuff. And my husband's like, if you don't do a live sale, I'm going to get rid of this stuff. And I'm like, no. So anyway, So I always keep this out, and as I'm doing my live sale, I keep it up here and then I'll pull it back down. I try to leave it where people can see it, and kind of go from there. But I remind people numerous times through the night, you must send me an email. Now, let's talk about flakers. First of all, I let people know how soon they can expect to get their invoice. Sometimes I do a live sale and I work full time, you guys. So sometimes when I do a live sale, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to stay up all night and do those invoices and get them out. So I'll tell people right up front, you will have your invoice no later than Monday. If you don't hear from me on Monday, you need to send me an email, another email. Okay. And then I let them know, because here's what I do. I package everybody's stuff up. I go out to my dining room table. I put all the piles up. And then I have to weigh everybody's individually because, as I said, I try to give people the absolute best postage possible. Now, if I didn't want to, if I just wanted to estimate, I could do that. But I feel like I would be overcharging people. So I sort everything out. I have to do an invoice for everybody. I have to weigh everybody's individual package. And depending on how many different people are there, depends on how long it takes me to do those invoices. And so those are, kind of what I do. Someone's asking about this chart again. Just go to your United States Postal Service, ask them for their postal chart, and tell them you want a copy of all the postage rates, current postage rates, and you want it effective as of January 27th, 2019. Any other questions that you guys want to know about lives? My own YouTube channel. Well, I'm sorry, I do have my own Facebook. I have a Facebook out there now that I've just started. And it's kind of a combination of two of my businesses, so I haven't really publicized it. But if you are a Facebook person, I do have a Facebook. It's called Super Cute Creations. Right now, it has a lot of my painting stuff on there. But I will be doing some other crafty things and things like that, and posting. I will add, in fact, I should add in here right now, live sale, and you can put your live sale in there. So if you have your own, it's fine for you to do that. Do not, though, just post on different sites. A lot of sites will not let you post a live sale. So you need to make sure if you're able to do that. Now, if you're just stashing, guys, because a lot of us need to do that, flat rate boxes are the way to go. And I typically charge, when I destash, postage. So whatever that postage amount is. So like tonight, I have a large flat rate box. It's $20 to ship a large flat rate box, but there's over $150 worth of stuff in there. So typically what I'll do is I'll charge $20 for the items in there, and then I do $20 for the flat rate box. So it's a $40 box. If I do a medium flat rate, those could be anywhere from $30 to $50. Now, just remember, you do need to charge for your time. Even though you're just stashing, it still takes time for you to package it and do all of that stuff. So your time is worth a little bit of money, even if you're just stashing. Do I use Instagram? I'm going to be real honest with you. I have multiple Instagram accounts. For those of you who know me, know I have 2 Etsy stores. I have Super Cute Trends, and I also have my Super Cute Creations. And I'm not very good at Instagram. That's going to be my 2020 goal. Right now I'm Facebook, I'm YouTube. I have quite a decent following, but the the Instagram thing, I'm not good at. I need to figure that out. So if you guys have any tips about Instagram, I would love to know that. Any other questions you guys have? I'm trying to go through these. Well, I hope you all take some time. If you're available at 5 o'clock, which is really about 45 minutes, if you're available, come back over to my channel because I'm going to be doing a live sale. There's going to be awesome stuff. There's going to be stuff from $3 all the way up to $40 will be the most expensive item, and that item will include shipping to you. So I typically, when I do a live sale, I try to keep things very reasonable. I try to keep them in the $5, $10, $15 range because I feel like that's what people can afford. And, you know, you want to, I try to make it so that it's available for everybody. So I hope you found this helpful. I appreciate you hanging out with me while we're getting ready. And please, please, please come on over to my YouTube channel in about 45 minutes and we are going to have an amazing live sale. That live sale will also do free giveaways, but I do want to do a giveaway for everybody who's still here with me right now because you guys kind of hung out with me. So what I'm going to do is I have a little package of ephemera right here, and it actually just has a variety of ephemera pieces. So this is going to be my giveaway. What I would like you to do is pick a number between 1 and 20. And that number, go ahead and when I say go, put the number between 1 and 20. The person closest to it without going over will win this little envelope of ephemera, and I'll ship it out Monday as soon as I get your address. You do have to email me, though, your mailing address. So go ahead and put a number between 1 and 20, please. Emma, you still in here? Gonna miss out on the giveaway. Kathy? Only have 2. One of you are gonna win, right? Come on, guys. Put your number in. Okay, so the number is 15. So it looks like Candy. It's Candy, right? It's like Candy won. Congratulations. So excited. So I think it's Candy. Is it Candy? Okay, Candy, send me an email to Rachel Reed 2014 at yahoo.com. Give me your mailing address. I will put this in the mail Monday for you. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Glad you hung out. In about 50 minutes now, we're going to start this live sale. It's going to be great fun. There's going to be plenty of giveaways. And there's going to be some really great deals. So it's an opportunity for you to get some Christmas gifts. And it's an opportunity for you to get some things to add to your collection to begin crafting. So, all right, I'll see everybody soon. Bye, everybody.